So I think that I'm starting to figure out things just a little bit better. I'm Diet Cokehead and I'm a fucking train wreck, what's up? But I think that I can kind of figure it out on my own. Being a cam girl is strange, and then people think that it's weird that I yell at people or that I'm very open or that I'm very whatever, but I'm very controlled about how I am open. You know? I think that's kind of the key is knowing where your boundaries have to be with your audience because I think that a lot of people really don't realize how crappy audiences and groups of people can be. And I think that that's something we kind of need to learn how to control a little bit better with like less algorithmic kind of control. I don't know, it's weird, you know? I've been posting on TikTok a lot more just because it is kind of easier to mess around with their videos, and they're real nice over there. they're real. I was scared of TikTok for so long. I was like, no, those whippersnappers are all gonna like make fun of me, and like it's really the audience is way more mixed than I thought. I think its algorithm is just really smart and it's good at finding people their audiences, and I think that that's kind of a good thing. I mean, I feel like we're all going to kind of have like all these weird online cultures and stuff. It's my day off. Mondays are kind of slow, so I usually do that for like filming stuff. um that one of my videos, almost like 10,000 people saw that, and I'm like, oh, 10,000 people can see all my stuff, and it was just like really hitting me like how much I've done on the internet. I mean, like on one hand, it's like all of my shit is safe behind a paywall, you know, and except for like there's stuff that I can't really control, like the sites themselves can, like you signed an agreement that says, hey, you can use my image and I do some shit on there, you know, and they like, you know, then your like pussy is spread out everywhere on the internet, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck porn for like every single dude I have ever dated. I'm fine with that. Like if they want to push my stuff out, I who's who now? Like whatever, like it's a win. I'm gonna accept it as a win. Nobody can take that from me. I've been smoking cigarettes since I was 13 and I started doing it to lose weight. Don't fucking do that. It's a black hole for your money and it's like the hardest thing. So I still have to vape. Dude, I've tried everything. I've tried patches. I've tried whatever. It's just, if you don't understand that feeling of I'm scared to quit, well, Lottie fucking daw for you, but you know I am. I think people underestimate the value of moderation. I mean, like, people have a hard week and go get a six pack, and that doesn't necessarily make them an alcoholic. So, if I go to the store and use my ID to get an edible, and like, people are so fucking snobby about like the Texas whatever, it's weed. It's like, it's a farm bill loophole. Like the way that it's processed works around all that bullshit. Like it's fine, it's weed, like don't worry. No, you know, there are starving stoners in Utah that's got it worse than Texas. I think Oklahoma and Utah needs our support right now. The funny thing on TikTok is the conversations I get into people there, because somebody's like, oh man, I'm from New York. And like the only thing going on here is like everybody's like going broke and like killing themselves all the fucking time. And I'm like, dude, I was just thinking that. I was just thinking that. It's like every fucking year I know 3 people who do it. I'm just like, how the fuck did the cavemen fucking get here? Like, what if you had to wake up every fucking day and run from a jaguar? Or, like, somebody's gonna, like, throw your... Oh, I wanted to do a video that was, crazy ass shit that Caligula and, like, all of those people did. I like to read stuff to calm down, and I've been crazy. Like, Roman history is insane. It's like, even I was like, really? They really did that. And, Because, like, whenever, like, you kind of know the shit that Romans do. Like, you kind of know that, like, gladiators are slaves. You kind of know that they had elephants. And you're like, wait a minute, where they fucking get elephants? And I was like, hang on, let me look that up. And then it was like they were pissing off all the fucking countries. They were like draining them of their animals. They were like, okay, like they'd take over like fucking Nigeria or some shit. And they were like, give us your fucking lions. And they were like, what? And they were like, I even want a giraffe. Like, it was like a Santa Claus wish list of their animals. And they'd bring them to the fucking stadium, like half starved and shit. It's but yeah, I think like some Roman stories of like the craziest bullshit their emperors fucking did, like they were all fucking sick, and I could read that shit all day long. The craziest thing about Greeks and Roman history, it's like you're like, oh my god, that was oh well, I mean we have that. And then it was like, oh well, we still kind of have that. Like we may not necessarily all be feeding people to animals anymore, but like in some places that just because like it's not happening here don't mean it ain't happening. Caligula was like fucking 16 or something. I'm not getting all these facts right, but I mean like I'm in the ballpark. And he was like fucking crazy and basically told people, let's go battle the sea. And can you imagine being like, okay. And he decided if somebody gets fed to a lion or not, you know? Oh yeah, but this one time, fucking one of the emperors, I can't even fucking remember which one. They were demanding like 100 lions from Nigeria, and they were like, "No, we're fucking out of lions." So they like died a whole bunch of hyenas, and like everybody at the stadium laughed, and it was like fucking straight up Monty Python. It's crazy how fucking long everybody was cool with like all the fucking slavery that was going on in Rome, like just like out in the open in front of everybody, just like the only advice like philosophers and stuff like fucking Aristotle endorsed it. And the only thing they said is be careful to not beat them too much or they're gonna revolt against you. I mean, we kind of have a similar attitude, but now it just sounds more like at least keep them fed, give them some vaccinations, you know? There you go. You're in there. You can figure it out. I think the thing is, we kind of evolved to compete, you know, and I think that that makes us kind of hateful. Like, I think that that's why we're so fucked up, you know, because it's like, I think that's why we get angry when we don't get our fair share. I think that's why, but I don't know if that necessarily makes peace completely unachievable. I think that we all kind of underestimate ourselves because, like, think about it. I want to know, it bugs me so fucking much that there's like 100, you know, like 200,000 years of being as smart as we are and on this planet without paper. And, you know, we managed that over like, so our recorded history is 10,000 years. And we have no idea about how smart, like, the other guys that were like 64 million behind, like, it's trippy. And Quest for Fire is one of my favorite movies. I fucking love shit like that. Yeah, it was the 80s and they were kind of going off of prehistory as it was known in the 80s. But nonetheless, that was good. There's not like a single line of dialogue, but I mean, that's kind of why it's so fucking masterful. Like, you know what's going on the whole fucking time. It's crazy. I want to write some books that are like about Rome. I want to do the story of Nero and Sporus, because I mean, I don't know though, like, would that hurt Sporus's feelings if he were around today, because that sucks. I'd want to write it fair, and I'd want to keep, like, I don't mean this to sound nasty, but I mean, the thing is, with Sporus, I feel like in order to tell his story, like, what if he never wanted it, though? You know, what if he didn't want to be a fucking Canaanite? What if he didn't want to be, oh, so sad. It sucks. And, I don't know. It's like, have you ever seen that movie Hedwig and the Angry Inch? It's like that's also one of my favorite movies of all time. And I don't like, she kind of embraced becoming trans, but I don't know, just like forced, and that just seems intense because like I'd be pretty upset if I woke up and somebody did that to me, you know? Like I was just like, as soon as I heard of that story of Sporus, it's like they really did that. Like a whole bunch of people, like doctors, sat around and did that. And then like it's like castration was really common in Rome. So I get why guys start freaking out about that. Like I'm gonna give dudes that. Like, okay, first of all, like whenever it comes to circumcision, I'm like, you motherfuckers don't need no more sensation in your dicks. Like you know, they make that orgasm thing, and I'm like, you know what, y'all doing enough. But then like I kind of understand how that feels like slippery slope. Like Rome was intense about that kind of shit. I mean, like that's not cool. Dudes think I hate them, but I don't. I hate stupid men. I hate asshole men. You know, I hate jackasses. I mean, those are people that you don't even fucking want as your customers anyway. I mean, like, my customers are cool with that. Like, my customers are cool with me raging a little bit about how dudes are because they understand where I must be coming from. I just hate whenever people tell me, like, what do you expect? How do you expect to be treated? Like, you take your clothes off on the internet. How do you expect? That's not fair. That's not like I'm heckled and harassed and stuff, and people need to learn better. You know, they don't get my attention and they don't get to be nice to me, and they don't even get to give me their money if they want to talk to me that way. I don't appreciate it. There's one thing that everybody in the tipping industry kind of like understands that's like the secret. It's like, yeah, 90% of people are gonna fucking waste your time, but you're waiting on that one guy. One guy. And like I know what I'm fishing for. Like I'm good at fishing. Like that's kind of, and it's fishing like that for one dude, like you kind of have to maximize it out a little bit and adjusting it. It's like it's chronic adjustment. You have to like stay on top of it because like the trends and like what they're buying, how much they're paying for or whatever. Like girls will be like, is it dead? Is it dead? Is it dead? Well, no, fetishes and stuff like that are just fads and trends. And you kind of just have to keep up with what everybody is into because like the baseline of like you get guys that want to be really submissive, you get guys that want to dominate, and they're like guys that are like sweet about domination, which I don't like to say that I will accept like wanna be like pleasure doms, stuff like that. Guys that still like, I don't like it when the domination is degradation to me, and those guys are assholes, and those guys are like the hardest to deal with, and I don't want them as customers anyway, so those guys can fuck off. Yeah, that's a lot of customers. And if you're good at bending over for them, but I'm not, like I'm mouthy, I'm gonna get pissed off, and they don't want me pissed off, you know, they want me kissing their ass, and no. It's like, look, I got all the dudes that can age verify on the site because all of my stuff, everything that I offer, I feel like I'm pretty fucking PG-13 up here. I don't feel like I say anything worse than what I've like seen in American Pie or whatever. I say that I'm not, you know, my channel is not, it's like my analytics are all 18 plus, and yeah, like some, I don't know, I don't think that I feel like girls should kind of learn the game, like a little bit. I think like I would have wanted to know this shit. Like I wish I had somebody tell me to, if I go into this to know my value, know that I don't always have to put up with the asshole dudes. You can just block them and tell guys, like just like make the little symbol and tell guys what color panties to wear. They're easier to deal with. You know, yeah, they're still scamming. Yeah, you still gotta watch out, you know? I mean, you gotta watch out anywhere. Any workplace, any reality show, anything can fucking turn into a Stanford prison experiment. Anything. It doesn't, I don't give a fuck if you're working at Walmart. I don't give a fuck if you're working on cam, but I mean, like, if you're working on cam, you really have to understand how to pick and choose your customers. I wouldn't recommend it for a girl that was like 18. I wouldn't let my kid do that. Like at the age of 25, when you kind of have an understanding of men, and if you think you can handle it, and if like that, I think is a lot more fair. I don't like I hate so many young girls like coming in here and getting like torn apart by like bartending or stripping or whatever. Like 18's just I think that we should raise that age. Like I'm a lot more, I'm not like as a mother, I'm like fucking raise it. I mean, it doesn't hurt your business or whatever. If we really should encourage older women. I that just seems so much more normal. It seems so much more. I think if guys want to create a market for that, then we should encourage um, liking older, smarter women who, you know, and it's a lot better since I came back and doing this older because I started trying. I like kind of tested it out when I was 18, and I was just taking advantage of, taking advantage of, taking advantage. Now I'm like, mm-mm. And one time I started like screaming at somebody like in the middle of a live stream, and then this dude came in and he tipped me. It was like a $50 tip, and he was like, "It's hot when you're mad," and I was like, "Okay." And I just started Googling the fuck out of like, it's really easy. It's not like, you don't like, you know, I'm gonna go to work later and they like a striptease. Like, you could just go on there and they'll pay you for keeping clothes on and teasing them and talking to them kind of dirty. Like, it's all a show. It's a performance, and I think that as long as it's completely in your control, then who fucking cares? But it's getting freakier and freakier and freakier now that I'm like, okay, I fucking... Because, like, whenever you first start doing cam work, or, like, the first time somebody's like, here's $100, masturbate, and I'm like, shit, okay. You know, my daily activities. But then, you know, after my video on TikTok hit, like, almost 8,000 views, I was like, fuck, I did that on... You know, then it's like kind of funny, and it's kind of it's so stupid. Yeah, I at least want to be the one that's like, yeah. I mean, like, it's just, I don't think it's shameful that that's how I tried, you know. I'm in total control of my schedule, and yeah, sometimes I can't afford, I need to afford a lawyer, I know, I had to build my life from the ground up 2 times in 4 or 5 years, and it sucked. That sucked, and it's a lot of people's reality, and a lot of people can't do it at all. Like, I've been in and out of mental institutions. I've been, like, a lot of people, like, it's easy and it's the hardest thing ever at the exact same time. It's like everything was like the best and the worst at the exact same time. It's like life is just weird and stupid like that. Like, it's a little micro community, but I mean, it's weird because, like, the people here, I've been talking to them for fucking years, and I mean, like, I can't thank you, dude. Guys, like, this channel has gotten me through some shit, and I'm sorry that I've broken down, and I'm sorry that I've struggled, and I'm sorry. I don't want to justify it and be like, because I think walking around with your hand out is fucking gross, but then, I mean, I know, like, there are so many dudes that just sit there and they're like, oh, I don't want to support, like, how am I going to support you? Oh, I just want to take you to dinner. Oh, I just want to, like, and then it's like, dude, why are you wasting my time? I'm sick of people treating me like this isn't a real fucking job. You know? I mean, like, if a guy... I don't think that dudes really conceptualize, like, what the fuck it's like for everybody to fucking approach you and then after a while be like, I just want to fuck you. And then it's like, then they resent you whenever you're like, why didn't you give me a chance? And it's like, can you imagine? Like, dude, like, imagine your brother, like, you're no, like, I mean, like, not, this is just how much I'm saying I don't want to fuck some of these dudes. Like, they'll wait until, like, I'm alone in the bar, and they'll get me up against the corner, and they'll be like, why don't you give me a chance? Why don't you give me a chance? Why don't, like, I get whenever I was a bartender, I got one of those dudes a year. And it was like, dude, like, look, and that's what I would tell them, because, like, they would all, like, go drink there with their family or something. I'm like, do you want to fuck him? Because that's how much I want to fuck you. I don't want to. And then they'll get mad and then they'll like talk shit to your boss. And then, you know, I mean, like you hear them get drunk and you hear like the way that they fucking talk and it just starts to piss you off, you know? And it's like we live in a world where dudes are so insecure and egotistical or whatever that they can get catfished by somebody who says they're fucking Jennifer Aniston and then give them their whole retirement fund. Like that's a thing that's not even it's kind of that's how dudes are. I don't know. I think I just kind of like got stuck in a rut and I mean even though that this is like a really micro small whatever, I still feel like it's really fucking cool. It's just weird. It's like you're kind of like fucking petitioning yourself to be. I guess I keep. Oh fuck! Have I been talking for 21 minutes? I'm sorry, but but. Fuck. What was I gonna say? Yeah, that's just. God bless you if you made it this far. Holy shit! Like yeah, I do kind of owe you just free content for sticking out. I mean, like the thing is, like these long form videos almost get like no they get a lot less attention than like my 8 second, you know, of course everybody's like fucking ADD as hell, but it does kind of hold audience retention, so whatever. Sometimes I feel like absolutely nobody is watching me at all, and then like the next day somebody who bought some bullshit off of my OnlyFans will leave a comment on my stupid AO3. And it's so embarrassing that I write fan fiction, but here's the thing, like nobody's gonna take a risk on the materials that I touch because I'm kind of making one where a character it's like a modern retelling of Sporus and Nero, and I want to give that story as much respect as I possibly can. I was kind of scared to touch it, especially like with the climate and stuff. Like I don't want anybody to think that I'm talking shit. I know that that's like a really touchy issue and it's kind of stupid. I think it's stupid how touchy we are. Like I listen to the songs. Y'all motherfuckers need the replacements. Y'all need to listen to I prescribe everybody the songs Androgynous by the Replacements. I kind of want to do a video on it, but I also like I don't feel like it's my place to talk about it, even though like I get a lot of people that are trans and stuff here. My very best friend, who I still like to this day, I love her like a sister. Like back in the only friend that I had that got me through junior high and shit, like she is, and like I don't want anybody to think that I'm shitting all over trans people. I don't want to be like part of that. I hate how people groan and stuff whenever you say that you support trans people. But I mean, dude, come on. Like, these people were like dragged by cars and like fucking, like, seriously. Like, just come on. You know, they're like, come on. Like, I've been in bars in Texas and stuff. I've seen them get attacked. It's bad. And if you say, well, it's bad how in your face they are about it, listen, they're getting violently attacked. I have seen and they like fucking fight each other. Like one time I saw, like I worked in kind of like the gay bar, the trans bar, like, or people who are just like the drags kind of drink there, and like I have a story about that if you go to my bartender stories. Like I'm sorry to pimp that out, but I mean that was kind of funny, but it's not fun. Like the way, like the normal, that wasn't a normal day. The normal day on the street is some redneck asshole like throwing his drink out. Like and I've seen like fists go down over a stupid ass. Like I was in one of the crowdest bars in like the middle of Texas. It's bad. I think like the most radical, the most craziest, the most whatever thing you can do is be like, yeah, I'm a feminist that supports trans people, and then like people are, because like there's always so much but like no, I just am. You know, like a lot of you kind of grow up and you stop giving a fuck. Like I don't think that most young girls really understand what they're chasing whenever they crave validation from men. Anyway, yeah, I'm thinking about doing a video on Caligula. Okay, bye.